Namaskar. Welcome back to KNS Biochemistry channel. In this session, I am going to talk about a topic related to medical field. Suppose if we are visiting some hospitals or some medical shops or any place which is related to medical area, we can able to see some of the medical abbreviations or terms used there, some terms written over there. If you read that terms or that abbreviations or some symbols, you see that as a common man we cannot understand that, but at the same time the people who are working in that area, that is medical field, they will know the meaning of those things, they will understand the words, they will know the that is the expansion of the abbreviations. How do they know it? Because they are in that field, they read all those things, they understand that things, so it becomes easy for them. But for a common man, it looks like something new, some new words, or the words that cannot be pronounced, or the abbreviations that could not be expanded. So in that situation, so we'll feel that we have to know something about those medical terms. So this session is going to help you all, whoever is not there in the medical field, they can understand some of the words, some of the abbreviations used in medical field. So I'm going to talk about medical terminology, that is the words, the medical terms used in the field of medicine. So let us start the session now.
So in this video session we are going to see about medical coding and some of the medical terms used in medical coding. So all these medical terminologies are very important for those people who are working in medical area, and in this session we are going to see some of the medical terms. So let us start. So here these medical terms are otherwise called healthcare terminology, is a specialized vocabulary derived from Greek words or Latin words and the components of those Greek and Latin words. So this medical terminology is used by professionals in the medical field to communicate with each other. So this is used by only the people who are working under that medical field. By applying the process of decoding or recognizing the word components and their meanings and using these to define the terms, that is medical terms, anyone will be able to interpret literally thousands of medical terms used by these professionals. So one has to know how to decode the medical term, and you have to recognize the word components and the meaning of those word components. Then it is very easy for anyone to interpret the meaning of those medical terms. It's very simple. The English language and this healthcare terminology, they are going to share many common origins. This proves to be an additional bonus for those who put forth the effort to learn hundreds of seemingly new word parts. So new word parts are created or coined from these combinations. Two excellent and highly relevant examples are the combining forms. The combining forms of the words. Combining forms, that means the subjects of most terms are combined. Gloss, O, and link, O, which mean tongue in Greek and Latin respectively. So in Greek, gloss means tongue. In Latin, ling means tongue. Because the tongue is instrumental in articulating spoken language, Greek and Latin equivalents appear in familiar with English vocabulary. Even in English language, in English vocabulary, you can able to see Greek and Latin equivalents are commonly used, very popularly used. It's a common in English language. So in our everyday day-to-day life, English language with ancient languages like Greek and Latin, these two are ancient languages. So in our everyday life, English language along with ancient languages like Greek and Latin, and it can help us to clearly see the connections in these combining forms, connections. How to connect them? We have two important terms for that. Suffixes. What are these suffixes? Word parts that appear at the end of anything, end of any terms. The other one is prefixes. What are these prefixes? Prefixes are the word parts that appear at the beginning of any terms. So prefix means at the beginning, suffix means at the end of the terms. Here you can see in this table ancient word origins in current English, and they are used in healthcare terminology now. Some of the terms used here. Glossary. What is the origin of this word? And that is ancient origin. Gloss. Gloss means tongue in Greek. Ary means pertaining to that. So what is the definition for this in English? An English term meaning for this glossary: an alphabetical list of terms with definitions. That is called glossary. Alphabetical list, that is from A to Z arrangement. Alphabetical list of the terms, they are arranged in alphabetical order with definitions. That is called glossary. Glossities. Gloss, as usual in Greek it is tongue. Itis, it is, means inflammation. Glossities. Gloss means as usual tongue in Greek. Itis, it is, means inflammation. So what is the definition for this one? A healthcare term used with the meaning inflammation of the tongue, that is called glossities. Bilingual, this is the term used commonly. Bilingual. Bi means two, ling means tongue in Latin, al pertaining to that tongue. So the English meaning for this, pertaining to two languages. Bilingual, pertaining to two languages. Then sublingual. Sublingual, sub means under something, under. Major, under that you have something that is called sub. Sub means under. Ling, already you know that, and in Latin it is called tongue. Al pertaining to. So what is the healthcare term meaning for this one? Pertaining to under the tongue. Something which is coming under the tongue. That is called sublingual. So these healthcare terms use the word origins literally, whereas English words are related to word origins but are not exactly giving the same meaning. So most healthcare terms may be assigned a simple definition through the use of their word parts. So here you can see some of the medical terms or healthcare terms, and you can decode them and you can understand their meaning. So decodable medical terms. So these decodable medical terms are those terms that can be broken into their Greek and Latin word parts and given a working definition based on the meanings of those word parts. So most medical terms are decodable very easily. So learning word parts is very, very, very important for a medical practitioner or any person who is related to a medical profession. So here you can see the word parts are combining forms. Combining form means word root combined with its respective vowel, combining vowel. Word root plus combining vowel that gives combining form. Word root. What is word root? The origin of the word is called word root. Word origin. That is called word root. Then combining vowel. What is that combining vowel? A letter sometimes used to join two word parts. You have two word parts. If you want to join them together as a single word, the letter vowel comes there. Usually O and O. O is a vowel. But occasionally E and I. E and I comes sometimes, but O comes very commonly. Then suffix. What is suffix? Word part that appears at the end of any term, as I said earlier. Suffixes are used to indicate whether the term is an anatomic or pathologic or procedural term. Then prefix, it is a word part that sometimes appears at the beginning of any term. So prefixes are used to further define the absence or the location or number or quantity or state of the word. So in this example, glose and ling. Glose and ling are word roots. There the root words comes from Latin and Greek. So they are word roots. With that you are going to add an O as their combining vowel. So what happens? Glosso, lingo are therefore combining forms. ARY, AL and ITIS are suffixes. Bi and sub are prefixes. So here you see that glossities and sublingual, the terms coined, glossities, sublingual. So these two are the terms coined by adding prefix, suffix and combining vowel. Then some of the non-codable terms. You can decode the medical terms, but some medical terms cannot be coded very easily. They are called non-decodable terms. Not all medical terms are composed of word parts that can be used to assemble a definition. These medical terms are referred to as non-decodable terms. That means words used in medicine whose definitions must be memorized without the benefit of word parts. So these terms will have a blank space in the word origin columns in the word, or they will include only a partial notation because the word origins either are not helpful or don't exist. So you can see some of the non-decodable terms. Here you can see that in this figure, glossities. Gloss means root word. Word root comes from Greek. What is the suffix for this? Ties. Glossities. So glossities is a medical term. If you decode that glossities, you can decode it into root, that is word root gloss, and suffix it is glossities. It is decoding mechanism. Similarly, you take this term sublingual. This can also be decoded. How to decode it? Sub means prefix, ling means Latin word root. Al means suffix. So sub al, sub prefix suffix. At the center you have word root. Add all the three, sublingual. So that is a medical term. When you decode it, sublingual. Sublingual. And here you can see that cataract. What is this cataract? It is from the Greek term meaning waterfall. The meaning of this word is cataract is waterfall. In healthcare language, so what is the meaning of this cataract in health? That is in medical terms, in medical language. This means progressive loss of transparency of the lens, that is eye lens. So the eye lens progressively loses its transparency. That means it cannot take the image inside. So you lose the vision. So progressive, it slowly onsets and it progresses. So the meaning of cataract is not waterfall here, it is progressive loss of transparency of the eye lens. Similarly, asthma. In Greek term, its meaning is panting. That is the meaning of this asthma in Greek. Although this word origin is understandable, the definition is here in medical terms. The definition is for asthma, it is a respiratory disorder characterized by recurring episodes of paroxysmal dyspnea, that is difficulty in breathing. That is called asthma. Everyone knows it. Diagnosis. The disease or the condition that is named after a healthcare professional evaluates a patient's signs, symptoms, and history. Although the term is built from word parts, the word parts dia, that means meaning. The meaning of dia means going through something. Dia means through, complete, and gnosis means state of knowledge. So using these word parts to form the definition of diagnosis, which is that meaning is a state of complete knowledge of something, some disease. That is really is not very helpful. So some disease, for this you are going to find out the real state of complete knowledge of that disease. That is called diagnosis. Prognosis. It is similar to diagnosis, but the term prognosis can be broken down into two word parts. Pro, what is the meaning of pro? Means before something. Pro. Or in front of something. Gnosis meaning same thing. In diagnosis it is called state of knowledge. Here also it is state of knowledge. So but here this does not give the true definition of the term, which is, then what is the definition here? Prognosis, a prediction of the probable outcome of a disease or the probable outcome of a disorder. So it is, prognosis means not real diagnosis, it is some probable prediction. So it may be like this, it might be like this. So that is the prediction of some disease, but it is not reality. Diagnosis is reality, prognosis is not reality. It is done before the diagnosis, that is a prediction of a practitioner. So if you have these signs, these symptoms, probably he may have this disease. That is called prognosis, prediction. But how are you going to confirm that prognosis? After doing diagnosis. Then sequela. It is a condition that results from an injury or any disease, referred to encoding as a late effect of some disease, some injury. So we are going to see medical terms one by one. A medical term that contains a prefix that describes a number. For example, here are some examples. So here you can see that prefix and the meaning of that prefix word and example. Mono, it is a prefix, or uni. Both are having the same meaning. One. Mono means one, single. Uni means single. Example, a word with this prefix, unilateral. Unilateral. Bi means two, bilateral. Tri, three. Triplicate. Triplicate means three copies. And similarly, some of the medical terms that describe where a procedure or a condition takes place on the body, and there also you are using some prefix. Ab means away from something. So abduction means away from the stomach. Ad means toward something, toward, that is addiction towards something, you are moving towards something, addiction. Ecto or exo. Ecto, exo, both are having the same meaning. Outside this cell or outside something called ectodermal, exo. Here example, ectoparasite. Endo is just opposite to ecto, or opposite to exo means endo. Then the opposite is endo, inside something, endoderm. Epi means upon something, epinephrine, upon something. Then we have other medical terms where a number of positional and directional medical terms that are not having suffixes or prefixes, but they are instead standalone words. Here you can see some examples. The word is anterior, anterior or ventral. What is the meaning of anterior or ventral? At or near the front surface of the body. That is called anterior. Example, anterior nerves, anterior pituitary gland. That means front portion of the body. Front portion or front surface of any part of the body. Posterior or dorsal. That means at or near the real surface of the body. That is the backside, real surface. Backside, front page, back page of the body. Dorsal surface of the hand or posterior pituitary gland. Posterior pituitary gland. Then superior means above something. It is above all. Superior. Superior aspect or superior cranial nerve. It is superior to all the nerves. Inferior means at the bottom, below. Bottom of everything, last or below. That is inferior aspect. Lateral, which side? One side of the body. Lateral aspect. Distal means far away, farthest from center. From one point, that center point, it is located very far away, farthest place. That is farthest from the center. That is called distal. Distal convoluted tubule present in the kidney, that is nephron of the kidney. Distal convoluted tubules, far away from the main part of the nephron. Or distal axons, distal to the injury. Then proximal. Proximal is just opposite to distal, nearest to the center. That is called proximal. For example, proximal convoluted tubule in the nephron of the kidney. Proximal end of the forearm. These are all some of the examples. And here you can see some of the words and those words are going to give the meaning of a body part. Abdominal, it's a word. So this abdominal, this word indicates which part of your body? Abdomen. Abdomen, say that the stomach area. That is called abdominal. Abdomen. Buccal. Buccal means your cheek. Parotid gland is there inside the cheek, that area. That is called buccal. Cranial means skull. Skull bone. Cranial nerve. Like head, skull area, that's cranial. Digital, fingers and toes. Here digital means not the literary meaning, you are taking medical terms. Medical meaning, fingers and toes, your toes are called digital. Femoral means thigh area. Gluteal means buttocks, okay, gluteal. Hallux means great toe, the bigger one, great toe. Then inguinal means groin area. Then lumbar region in the spinal cord. That is the loin, or you can say lowest part of the spinal cord, below the false ribs and between the hips. So the lowest part of the spinal cord bone is called lumbar bone. So that is lowest part. It is there just lowest part of any part, any bone, any area like spinal cord. Mammary, mammarian, that mammary gland, that is breast gland. Mammary means breast gland. Nasal means nose. Then similarly, occipital. Occipital is back of head. Pectoral, the duct which is thoracic duct. Then umbilical cord. Umbilical means navel. That is, it is there in the outside. That is just above the abdomen. Then ventral. Ventral means your belly. That stomach area, the belly area. Here, then some conditions that may affect those body parts in medical terms. That is, body parts are there. If they are affected by some disease or some condition, then what are all the terms used? Here prefix is used, and the meaning of that prefix and the example, the term, medical term used there. Ambi means both. Then what is the term used here? Medical term. Example: ambidextrous. Dys, dys, dys means very bad, very painful or difficult. Dyslexia, condition of the brain. Dyslexia, very bad, painful situation. U means good or true or normal. Eukaryote, true nucleus containing cell, eukaryote, or good condition or normal condition, that is called eukaryote. Homo means similar, same. Homogeneous, all are same in that solution, homogeneous. Iso means equal or like homo is same, isotope. Mal means bad or poor condition, mal condition, poor or bad condition. Malnutrition, bad condition of the nutrition, that is called malnutrition or poor nutritious condition, malnutrition. Algia means pain. The meaning of the algia is pain. So example, myalgia. Okay, that is a condition where pain is felt. Emia, that is a blood serum or blood is called emia. Hypoglycemia, gly means glucose or sugar. Hypo means it is a prefix. Hypo means low level or decreased level. So hypoglycemia, semia is a blood or serum. So hypoglycemia, low level of glucose present in the blood or blood serum, it's called hypoglycemia. Itis means inflammation. Bronchitis. Bronchitis is inflammation which is seen in the bronchiole or bronchus of the lungs. Lysis means destroying something, destruction or breakdown. That is called lysis. Okay, then dialysis. Dialysis is breaking something and removing something from the liquid. That is dialysis. Oid means like. It's similar to that, or like oid. Haploid. Haploid. One set of chromosomes. That is haploid condition. That is opathy means a diseased condition of something. Neuropathy. Neuropathy. O means that is a vowel. Neuro is a prefix. So neuropathy. The diseased condition of the neurons. That is neuropathy. Then nia. Nia means breathing. Breathing condition. Sleep apnea. That is low breath while sleeping. That is sleep apnea. And other terms again with the suffix. Suffix word is centesis. That means puncture a cavity to remove some fluid from that cavity. For that you are doing some procedure, that is called centesis. Example, amniocentesis. Amniotic fluid is there in the uterus which covers the baby fetus. Amniocentesis, removing the amniotic fluid, is called amniocentesis. Ectomy. Ectomy means surgical removal of something, some part of the body, some part of your organ. Or excision. Excision means part removed out. That is called excision or surgical removal. Hysterectomy, removing a part of that body. Ostomy, a new permanent opening. A permanent opening is done. New opening is done. That is called ostomy. Tracheostomy, that is opening of the trachea. Tracheostomy. Otomy, cutting into small pieces or incision. Gastrotomy. Then that is oropathy. Orophy means surgical repair or suture of that area. Gastrorrhaphy. Then opexy, surgical fixation. Nephropexy. Then oplasty, surgical repair. Surgical repairing is called oplasty. Rhinoplasty. Rhinoplasty or surgical repairing or surgical removing or repairing. That is plasty. Rhinoplasty. Tripsy, crushing or destroying something. That is called tripsy. Lithotripsy. Lithotripsy.
Dear friends, hope you have become familiar with some of the medical terminologies, some of the terms used, some of the medical words which is commonly used in the medical area. I hope whoever is watching this session will come to know about those words that will help them a lot wherever they go. So I'll be giving more words more informations about these medical terms in the other video sessions also. Until then, it is a bye from KNS Biochemistry. Thank you very much. Namaskar.